So there's a new official trailer for Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So before we get into this full discussion of this trailer and talking about some things that you might not have noticed, or maybe some things that you did notice, let's be perfectly clear here. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was an amazing movie. It absolutely was. It's also the first movie that I reviewed on my channel, like, ever. If you guys don't believe me, I'm going to leave a link down below in the comment section just so you guys can see that video. It's an old cringy video. It's my first video. I was just like starting to learn how to do movie reviews and stuff. So yeah, that was my first video, and you know, everything feels kind of like it's coming full circle for me, honestly. First of all, this trailer was phenomenal. Gave me everything I wanted visually and gave me a sense of what the story could potentially be in this movie, and probably what the story is going to be. And from what I heard from a couple of people, they said that this movie is somehow better than the first one. Now, I don't know if that's possible because the first one is almost a perfect movie for me, but that's what I heard, so maybe that's the case, and I'm seeing some potential of that possibly happening in this movie, but I'm not entirely certain. However, what I can say about this is the fact that this movie for sure is going to have all the emotional beats that the first movie had, particularly with Miles and his family and Miles and his decisions. His decisions are going to have some more impact in this overall movie.
Uncle Ben! If not for Uncle Ben, most of us wouldn't be here. Can't stop me now!
Whereas in the original movie, he was kind of going in with the flow. He was learning the reins of being Spider-Man, learning what it means to be Spider-Man. Whereas in this one, it's going to dive deeper into those elements of what it means to be a true hero. In the sense of that, his dad looks like it's going to be in some sort of danger, and he has to make a choice whether or not he should let the whole multiverse fall apart or save his dad. Something's going to lead him to that decision. And seeing Spider-Man 2099 in a full feature-length film is like a dream come true for me, honestly, because Miguel O'Hara is an amazing Spider-Man. He's not a perfect Spider-Man by any stance, and his powers are definitely more unique than a lot of the other variants, for sure, but I'm very excited to see what they do with this interpretation, because they're leaning into some elements of the character I feel like are probably some very strong elements. I know a lot of people are asking why they're making Miguel O'Hara to seem like a villain in this movie, but if you guys played Spider-Man Edge of Time, he had a whole debate with Peter Parker about whether or not he should save MJ in the past. So that right there should let you know that this is only playing more on what's Miguel's character and him seeing the bigger picture in his eyes. I do think that this is going to be probably movie of the year. If not, maybe even better than movie of the year. If not, I would be really disappointed if it's not. But it's looking to be that way for me personally.
Can't run forever, kid!
I can't lose one more friend.
Miguel, this isn't what we talked about! You knew? I have no idea what you're doing!
Also, I just love seeing Miles and how they explore the family of his dad's black and his mom's Puerto Rican, which I think is just amazing seeing that representation in this movie, especially since a lot of my best friends and some of my friends that I knew and still know to this day are very much Hispanic and black. That's just the demographic that I hung out with the most, and I think that's dope that they're doing that more in this movie. And I also love the little detail, even when they're having a little conference with Miles' teacher, and then she snaps her fingers and you see the little Puerto Rican flag pop out from her snap and stuff. Just minor details like that just make this movie elevated from just being good to amazing and feeling like a genuine comic book, which is something the first movie did. But they might even go even further with that, because the visuals in this look even more insane because they're within the Spider-Verse. They're not just getting tastes of it like the end of the portal in the first movie. You're actually in the Spider-Verse. You're going across the Spiderverse, you're getting characters like Spider-Punk. You're getting characters like Spider-Man Unlimited. And from some posters, it looks like we're going to be getting Spectacular Spider-Man. So maybe the original voice actor might come back for that. I don't know, but it would be really dope if he does. And some really strong suspicions that Tom Holland is probably going to be in this movie. Looks like they're finally going to bring him into this as a potential cameo reference from Miguel O'Hara, potentially.
Don't even get me started on Doctor Strange and the little nerd back on Earth 1999-99.
I mean, I know it's on the nose, but they may very well end up doing that, and they may make an animated, like, Tom Holland. I mean, I heard that Toby and Andrew are supposed to be in this movie, so I don't know how much of that's correct, but I do know for a fact that I think Tom Holland's gonna be in this movie, if not for a brief cameo. Also, the Spot. I'm not very familiar with a character like the Spot. Never really knew the character really even existed, but I did some research on the character, and he's really like an F-grade character. He's one of the worst villains, but it looks like they're going to do something unique with his abilities that potentially sets up the whole thing with the movie, and he grows into this larger threat that they all realize they have to do. Because remember, this movie is going to be 2 parts, so I think this movie may end with the heroes not actually winning. I think nobody's going to win in this movie, and it's going to lead into that part 2 where they all have to work together, which that's going to be amazing if they do that. And I just also love the fact that they're taking a character as goofy as the Spot and also injecting the humor that is deserved for the character.
So are you like a cow or a Dalmatian?
I am the Spot. It's not funny.
Don't do that.
So many spider people. I mean, I wanted to go frame by frame and break down how many spider people there were in this, because I saw Unlimited, I saw the rich Spider-Man with the armored spider suit, I saw the Iron Spider, I saw all these other versions of the character. I can't break all that down. I even saw Paper Bag Man Spider-Man. Also, I do love the little jab that they take at the fact that every Spider-Man movie always references Uncle Ben. They have a therapist Spider-Man talking to another Spider-Man, just talking about Uncle Ben again, and they made fun of it, and I love that type of humor in this movie because it's self-aware humor, much like the first movie with the dancing Spider-Man scene.
And then I looked at my uncle and...
Let me guess. He died?
Who's that Pokemon? It's
Uncle Ben.
All in all, this trailer looks like it's going to give us everything we want, right? And it looks like the movie that we need this year, because honestly, last year's movies really let me down, especially the superhero genre. So hopefully this year is going to be a better year for movies. We have quite a bit of movies coming out. What'd you guys think of the trailer? Did you guys like it? I mean, I loved it personally, so comment below and let me know. As always, if you guys like the video, make sure to subscribe today to join the Isolization.